Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So happy Monday. It's Memorial Day, even though the US market is closed. But that doesn't mean crypto is closed. No, in fact, Bitcoin whales are on an unprecedented buying spree. And not only Bitcoin whales, it seems like Ethereum whales as well. So let's talk about these two things and everything else to look forward to this week. All right. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. I know a lot of you guys are off today, but that's okay. Eventually, when you wake up, you'll watch this. We're starting out the week, Bitcoin around 68.7, about the same as last night when I was doing my Sunday walk video, but ETH, yeah, still holding around 3,900, about to crack that 4,000 mark. So, looking pretty good. And you got memes like Pepe that are exploding right now. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But what can we look forward to this week that may help drive things higher? Well, we do have a whole bunch of FOMC members talking. That normally does not help markets go higher. In fact, it helps it bring it down. We got a lot of these guys that are very, very, very hawkish all the time. And I don't know why they always speak, and when they do speak, they all seem to speak at the same time in the same week. Not sure what's going on, okay? But there are a lot of talks about rates and whether we're going to cut those rates anytime soon. Is it going to happen this summer, or is it going to be pushed back until fall time, right? Everyone is guessing. And these FOMC members are supposed to give us some kind of insight. I don't know, because it really doesn't matter. There's only one person we need to listen to, and that's Fed Chair Powell. And he still remains dovish. He hasn't turned hawkish yet, which is very, very good. But we will see. We will see. But you got guys like Robert Kiyosaki that thinks that the Fed and all its FOMC members have no clue of what they're doing, and that the bonds will be crashing soon because commercial real estate will crash. I mean, Robert Kiyosaki, to be fair, has called a lot of doomsday events. That hasn't really happened yet, but it makes sense because when you have irresponsible spending and printing, well, there are consequences to those things, right? So basically, to sum up, you want to buy real assets, okay? Like gold, silver, and Bitcoin. He's been talking a lot about Bitcoin recently. It's fascinating. He has always been the biggest gold and silver guy, and now he talks about Bitcoin all the freaking time. So, good stuff. And others that may be preparing the same thing. For example, you have an entire country like Argentina. They're talking to El Salvador about Bitcoin. Obviously, President Bukele, he implemented a Bitcoin strategy for his country, and so far it seems to have worked, buying a Bitcoin per day. Argentina, who suffers from hyperinflation, may be looking to get some advice on how to do so themselves, right? The Bitcoin strategy works. So fortunately, in the US, we're not going through hyperinflation yet. We are going through inflation. But, I don't know what you do as a country when you do go through hyperinflation and nothing that you do works. When you raise rates to like 50% or 75% and there's still hyperinflation, then what are you supposed to do? Well, maybe Bitcoin is the way, and more countries are starting to learn that. Just like Michael Saylor did. Michael Saylor did. His obviously implementing Bitcoin strategy has worked for MicroStrategy. And that's why so many on Wall Street now, all the institutions are FOMO in. If you look at the latest count for all the ETFs, we're talking about $70 billion. $70 billion being held across the world with all these ETFs and ETPs. But this is just the beginning. 70 billion is nothing compared to how much cash there is around the world. We're talking about over $100 trillion worth of assets and debt that could be coming into Bitcoin. Just a sliver of that, just a little bit of that. Imagine what that would do to Bitcoin's price. It would send it to the millions for sure, right? But think about just within a short amount of time, you had this much accumulation, and it has certainly done well for Bitcoin's price. But just imagine, what about another 3 months, or another 6 months, or another 12 months, or maybe another 4 years of this, of accumulating and buying from these institutions. It's going to be absolutely nutty the way things are going. And you know what? Michael Saylor, a lot of people wanted to know what he thought about Ethereum ETF. Because he said adamantly that it'll never, ever happen. And there's no appetite for Ethereum ETFs. Well, it did happen. It did get approved. So Michael Saylor, in his latest interview with Peter McCormack, changed his tune a little bit. And he thought that, that the Ethereum ETF is actually good for Bitcoin. To quote him, I think it's good for Bitcoin. In fact, I think it may be better for Bitcoin because I think we're politically much more powerful, supported by the entire crypto industry. That's interesting. Is Saylor changes his tune now? He's been dishing on Ethereum for quite some time. He's going to change his tune now on Ethereum. Is MicroStrategy going to hold some Ethereum in its balance sheet? I don't know. But I made a point about this yesterday in my Sunday walk video. There's no need for Bitcoin maxis to attack Ethereum. They don't really compete at all. It's a totally different asset class in my opinion. But hey, Michael Saylor is changing his tune. That's great. Now, as for the unprecedented buying spree, well, you could see from this, which I put in the thumbnail, balance for whale addresses last active within 24 hours. I don't know if you guys notice a pattern there. Since the beginning of this year, January 2024, look at the explosion upwards. And it's going up so fast now, it doesn't even really register anymore. I mean, that's a crazy amount of buying. And you could argue, when I got in 2013, 2014, no whales. Okay. 2017, we had whales. But they pale in comparison to the whales of 2021. And now look at the whales in 2024. How that has, 10x more than the whale count than January of 2020? Probably even more than that. Okay, again, what are these whales doing? They're accumulating. They're just buying. They know what's coming, right? And they do not care about day-to-day or week-to-week volatility. They look at the longer, the bigger picture, okay? And that's what we should all be doing, is concentrating on what really matters. Bitcoin. That's what really matters. Now, short term, we got a lot of breakout charts that I've been referring to these for a while now. So here's one that's showing that we're in this channel, this ascending channel, and the next breakout target after we break out of 73,000 will probably be 76,000. I think it's going to be closer to 80,000 because we always pop and go exceed these expectations. So that 80,000 is around the corner. Right? But what happens after the 80,000? Well, if you look at the pattern that we're moving right now, it's so similar to 2017. When Bitcoin first broke out of its previous high of $1,000, we had a little bit of a consolidation period. And then we just didn't stop from $1,000 to $20,000. Right, so this time around, we're a little bit ahead of the game, broke all-time high before having an event. And we're kind of consolidating again, right there. Consolidating, okay? And when we're ready, we're going to start making these next legs up really, really quickly. That's what always happens, and it will happen again. Again, you just have to be patient. You just have to be patient. Be like the whales. Focus long term. Long-term strategy, not short-term, right? And then you'll realize that, hey, we're moving according to plan. You know, I always say this parabolic bull run, right? And this is why, because if you look at what has happened before, we have seen these times, and we're going through one of those times right now. And when we end this cycle, 200, 250, 300, 500,000, right? That's around the corner. You just have to wait like a year and a half. No, not even a year and a half. Yeah, probably a year and a half to get to 200,000 plus Bitcoin. I think that's worth waiting for. Okay, that is definitely worth waiting for. And if you are a ETH holder, it's definitely worth waiting for Ether to hit above 4,000, which may actually happen today. I'm looking at it. The price is actually still going up while I'm talking. But there are people that are predicting that ETH could be at $4,500 before ETFs actually hit the market. And if the ETFs hit the market, can Ether be driven up to 5,000, 6,000, 8,000? Yeah. I mean, just look at what happened to Bitcoin, right? Now, I don't know. I don't think Wall Street's appetite for Ethereum is going to be nearly as high as Bitcoin. But it doesn't need to be, because the market cap of Ether is much smaller than Bitcoin too. So even if even if Wall Street has an appetite of a fourth of what it has for Bitcoin, it will drive Ether very, very high. A lot higher. Okay. We don't know, but hey, Ethereum ETFs could be right around the corner. And because of all this hype around Ether, right, and Ethereum, you have so many others that's in the Ethereum ecosystem that are blowing up. If you look at the total value locked, it's at an all-time high right now, okay? And you have, like, for example, Pepe. It's incredible. Pepe is at $7 billion. I didn't even realize that. I know that it was going up, but Pepe is so large that it has Flipmatic. So Pepe is on his way already to be the next sheep. And we're not even in 2025 yet. That's usually when memes really start blowing up. But something like Pepe, because it is on ETH, is blowing up already. Can we see Pepe like at sheep level soon? I don't know. Maybe. The way it's moving right now is astronomical. So sheep is at 15 billion. Pepe, well, actually flipped it below Matic, which I guess is good. But man, it just needs to double to get to sheep. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And then you got other memes, okay? Not just on ETH. But I just want to mention, like yesterday I saw this. Caitlyn Jenner, yes, he actually launched a meme coin, and it blew up. You know, it's at 33. It's actually at 40 something just not too long ago. So meme coins are still getting hot. And in my Sunday video yesterday, I mentioned about politically driven ones, and they are also blowing up as well because of the elections. There are a lot of stuff that are blowing up right now. Okay, so again, you just have to have patience. Almost 4,000 guys for Ethereum. All right, let's do some Q&A. Oops. All right, let me scroll up here. Good morning, everyone. I didn't expect this many people to tune in because I wasn't even planning on streaming at 8:30. But since I was up already, I'm like, what the hell? I figured most people would be sleeping in today. All right. Team Traders, Solana next ETF. If I was to guess, yes, because the demand is there. Chuck says take a break. I plan on doing so. Let's see. I bought Turbo 2 weeks ago. 2 days ago, up 50%. I do think Turbo, I see a lot of people talk about Turbo. Turbo's going nuts. 500 million. Man, I remember this back in the day when it was like, it hit 100 something million, came back down to like 20 or 30 million, and now it's at 500 million. Well, those that held Turbo, congratulations, but I'm definitely not getting into Turbo at $500 million. No way in hell. But man, Turbo went on a really good run. Maybe they used AI to figure out how to pump it. Let's see. Crypto Sheeps. Do you think ETH will drive up to the ETF, buy the rumor, sell the news, and then suppressed while Grayscale sells, then maybe later summer explodes? I mean, there's always a chance. I don't know if Grayscale really needs to dump its ETH. I don't know how much they hold, and if there's any reason for them to dump it. I say at this point, no. So, I mean, can there be a chance that ETH goes down after ETF? Yeah, there's a chance of that. But I think overall, the reason why it's approved and why you have 8 fund managers looking to release it is there is some demand. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be trying to launch it. If there was no demand at all, then it would be fruitless or pointless. I just talked about Turbo. There's no point of trying to shill it now. It's already 500 million. So yeah, gotta look for the next small cap gem. Juice Master. Everyone mentioning bull run over in 2025. What do you think that means exactly? Bitcoin back below 50K. Rolling on profits. It really depends on how high Bitcoin gets. You know, if Bitcoin hits, let's say 250,000 and it does a 50% retracement, that's only 125,000. If it does a 70% retracement from 250,000, that would put it at 75,000. Now, if it goes down 77% like this last cycle, which I don't think it will, but let's say it does, that would be 57,500. So if we hit 250,000 and we follow the same kind of percentage drop as the last cycle, then we would see it go down to 58,000 approximately. But if we don't, let's say we only get a 60% drop or a 50% drop, then we may never even see below 100,000 again. So I guess it really depends. Nick came back on his Data Dash channel and put out a surprisingly bearish video today. Unexpected. Unexpected because he put a video out, or unexpected because he's bearish? Because everyone says he's been bearish for a very long time. So I don't know what to say about that. Man, we got 4,200 people tuned in right now. ETH and Bitcoin are both doing well. Let's see what else is doing well. Pepe is doing very well. I mean, everything's doing well. Look at Floki up 20%. I have no idea why it's up. WIF is having finally some movement, 11% above $3 again. That's good. You got Bonk that's going up 9% today. You got a lot of movers on meme coin side. That's good. Space vibes. No need for that, but it was funny. Yeah. So what else could we look at? Man, ETH is about to go nuts. It's funny too. So I mentioned about ETH and ETH-based projects that are exploding. If you look at it last week, Pepe's leading the field at 77% for this last week alone, which is crazy, which is why they're above 7 billion. But something else I noticed is ENS, Ethereum Name Service, up 77% too. And it's under a billion. So ENS may be a good target. Because you figure if Ethereum gets bigger, ETFs bring in a ton of volume, right? The dApps that use ENS, like the wallet makers and just dApps in general, I don't know. They could see a big benefit. You look at a lot of these; they're all either Ethereum based or Solana based. But Lido is also up 50% for the week, Ethereum based. Bonk is a meme on Solana. Uniswap, biggest DEX on ETH. Floki also on ETH. Ondo and Pendle. I don't know if these are ETH or not, but they're doing well. Jasmine, don't know too much. Etnia, that's on ETH. Arbitrum ETH. Aave ETH. Ethereum ETH. Synthetic ETH. Starknet ETH. WIF. Sol. And then a few others. But the major ones are all ETH or Sol. Still waiting for Sol to catch up. Bitcoin's waking up today. That's awesome. It's just a matter of time we make the next leg up to 80K. Let's see. Sigma says Draper Dragons will pump SWFTC Swiftcoin during the year of the dragon. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's a horrible symbol. Horrible symbol. No one's going to remember that. Moo the bull. 35 million on Solana. It's been sideways since April. It's not doing much. Ben from Colorado, if you're doing a Hail Mary pass, in this case a trade on any given coin, what would it be and what low price would it be at? I never tried a time bottom, man. Like, if I was going to go in, I'd just go in now. Like, I wouldn't wait for a correction and try to time it and then possibly miss out. Man, BNB's at $600, man. Wow, they must be back to previous high already. All right, let's do from all-time high. Let's add that in there. No, there's 13% down. To answer your question, I don't know, Hail Mary. I would just throw into a meme, like something that's like, 10, 20 million and hope for it to do a 10x. if that was my only play. But, you know, it's not. Kudos as a D pin. It's on ETH. Cloud infrastructure for Web3. Yeah, so it's kind of like the others. The problem with something like this is, yes, it's on ETH, which doesn't really help because ETH still suffers from high gas fees. So if you're going to, you know, rent, let's say a cloud node or storage from Kudos, that may be expensive, although I haven't used it yet, so I don't know. And I don't know how this compares to some of the others out there. I know like Akash, for example, will be much cheaper because it's on Cosmos. Render is going to be much cheaper because now it's on Solana. Kudos being on ETH may be holding it back. Man, viewers are climbing. 4,500 people now. Happy Monday, everyone. It's a good Monday so far. Thoughts on Litecoin and don't ask me about Litecoin. It sucks. Sell it and buy Bitcoin. AVAX I do like. Thoughts on DOT? I heard some good things about their latest upgrade. Think they could be a dark horse this bull run? No, it's too late for that. I don't think they're going to be a dark horse. They could do well. They're not going to do nearly as well as, say, Solana is. BOE on base might be a good low market cap. Let's see. Bow. Not really. It's launched and I mean it could always come back, but it doesn't look that great. AJ's asking about bull. You know, I got off the bull bandwagon. I rode this from 1 million to like up here, like 20 million. And I got out like when it was coming down, probably around here, 10 million or something like that. You know, something like this, I just don't know if it'll ever come back. It had its run. It looked like it had it again. Maybe it can. There's certainly enough holders that believe in it, 10,000 holders. But sometimes when these memes, when they lose momentum, they never come back. But then again, sometimes they do. Look at Turbo, I guess, you know. Turbo just like, it died and then it came back. So I guess there's always a chance. LTC will surprise everyone in 2025. I've heard that before. I've heard that every cycle, yet it keeps dropping on CMC every single time. I mean, Litecoin used to be top 5, and then it was top 10. Now it's top 20. Soon it'll be top 30, and then 40, and then 50. There's no use for Litecoin. Bitcoin is better than Litecoin in every single way. So I just don't see what the point is of holding Litecoin. Even Charlie Lee would argue that. Even the founder of Litecoin says Bitcoin, he created Litecoin as a test bed for Bitcoin. Even he believes, even the founder of Litecoin believes more in Bitcoin than Litecoin. So, I mean, just think about that for a second. Carol says, I'm 17 years old. Thoughts on math and arrow. Math? Never even heard of that before. 47 million project. Math wallet. Multi-chain wallet. Why would they not just call it multi-chain wallet? Why did they call it math wallet? Like it's some kind of like project, like a homework project or something. Never heard of this wallet ever before. It almost seems like maybe you developed it. It's kind of like simple and it's weird. Never heard of it, but it's backed by Binance Labs and NGC. I mean, I guess it has some backers. Never heard of this project before. Yeah, I'm just going to say no to that. I don't trust it. Happy Memorial Day, Mad Monk, and to everyone here. Philippe says, sure, Litecoin is garbage, but maybe the next ETF. It could be ETF, but no one wants it. No one on Wall Street is demanding a Litecoin ETF. Okay, no one. So that's why I won't get it. XRP could also have its ETF. But again, is anyone demanding XRP at this point? No. So the next logical conclusion is Sol ETFs, because everyone wants that. Wall Street loves it. Van Eyck loves it. Talks about Sol all the time. So that's why. Webby, if I had to choose Litecoin or XRP, what would I choose? I really don't know. I really don't know. Probably XRP. I don't know. Why is VeChain Filecoin not moving? You got to give them time. A lot of vaults are still weak, still far from their all-time high, but they will catch up, especially the good ones. And I do think VeChain is a good one. Filecoin, I don't know. I think they are a good one, but they're losing their edge because there are a lot of deep end projects now, and a lot of them are in storage too. Stronghold token. 40. They had a pump. They've been out, what, since 2019. Wow. Are they in the Stellar ecosystem or something? I don't think this project's going to do well. It's not, I mean, it's been out for so long and it hasn't done anything. Payment ecosystem uses the SHX token. It's on a Stellar network. Okay, yeah, like I said, I thought of Stellar, but it's not going to do well. The #1 crypto Discord server. Does that really matter? They have Bittrex on here, which already went bankrupt. So that means they haven't updated this in a long time. The answer is, yeah, no. No. You sound bearish on XRP. I am bearish on XRP. And here's the reason why. If you're an institution and you really want to buy a crypto as a a bridge currency, Ripple's coming out their new stable coin. That's what everyone's going to be buying. It makes much more sense to buy like a bridge currency that's a stable coin rather than one like XRP that has volatility. So once Ripple comes out with their stable coin, I just don't see why anyone would buy XRP. And people that want to invest in Ripple itself will be buying their shares because they will be going IPO. I mean, basically, it's like the writing on the wall. XRP is not going to be doing well. People will either buy their shares if they want to invest in a company, or they go buy stablecoin for that bridge currency to transfer between different countries. So then what do you need XRP for? Like, I'm actually, the more I think about it, the more bearish I am about XRP. Now, XRP may pump if Ripple wins this lawsuit finally against the SEC. Will probably happen. It may come this year. But if you think about the two plans that they have already announced, that will essentially kill any use for XRP. What do you think about Shido? I have no opinions about them. They're L1. Seems like they've been around for a while. Don't have much to say about them. I know a couple conspiracy theory who are all in XRP. I mean, XRP Army, the ones that are left, super strong. They're not going anywhere. Why is Turbo pumping so much? No idea. They used AI to pump it? I have no idea. Sometimes with memes, you just don't know. That's why you buy every meme you can. Sam, that's a losing strategy. Trust me, I have FOMO'd in enough memes to know that that doesn't really work. So when asked about XCAD, they're hanging around. They've been around for a long time. But they're just not gaining the momentum at this point. And they start deviating. It's supposed to be like a way for you to be closer with influencers, and you put in this plug in and you get paid for watching them. It just didn't really work out. And then they came out with these NFTs. I don't know. I hate these memes. Takes up too much of people's times. Buy some BS, either get rich. See, the thing is, I'm telling you guys, for better or for worse, this cycle is going to be led by memes because retail is not buying Bitcoin. I know that's a strong stance to take, but I honestly think, and we could see it, Bitcoin is being driven by institutional adoption right now. It's not being driven by retail anymore because people don't want to buy Bitcoin at $70,000. That's the honest reality. Average Joes, your neighbors, your parents, they don't want to FOMO in at Bitcoin at $70,000. Even buying 0.1 Bitcoin costs them $7,000 at this point. So what do? They want to put their like a few hundred or 1,000 into something that can rise substantially. And right now, all the other crypto out there, besides maybe Ethereum a little bit, but most of the crypto out there are not moving. They're nowhere close to all-time high. Most of them are still way off from the all-time high. So what is retail buying? They're buying memes. That's why memes are so strong right now. Memes will probably lead because retail investors, they all want to FOMO in. And then eventually the meme, I guess, bubble will pop. And that's when I think all that money will flow into a lot of the L1s, L2s, and games and metaverses and NFTs and possibly everything else that has been so suppressed. I honestly think that could be what happens. We'll see. But we have way more memes now that are doing way better now than ever before. Not even in 2021 we had this many memes. Nowhere close. And plus NFTs are completely like dead right now. That's the thing. All the degens from NFTs seems to have moved into meme coins because NFTs are just not doing well. So that's another reason. Do I like memes on base? Not really. Not really. I have a few, but they're not doing very well. Is Turbo shortable? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe it's on an exchange. If it is, then maybe you can. Mid-tier, don't at CryptosRUs. That's my pet peeve. The more I see it, the more I'm not going to answer. If NFTs are dead, would Rarity be a good buy? You tell me. You tell me if it's good to buy a token from NFT marketplace if NFTs are dead. Do you think 1K SOL end of the year is still possible? Yes. Yes, I definitely think so. Nine Breaker says, much rather buy meme coins instead of XRP or ICP. I don't disagree with there. I don't disagree. I don't hold any XRP or ICP, but I hold meme coins, so I'm in the same boat. Sam makes a good point. Anyone saying memes are gambling? So is all of crypto. I mean, that's true, but there's a little difference there. It's all speculation, but there are a lot more pump and dumps and rugs with memes than normal projects because they don't have nearly as much infrastructure or investors, even though there are some that still rugged, but it happens a lot more with memes. So you still have to be careful. A lot of them pump and dump really quickly. They're run by insiders. So there are still some major differences. They're not building, really. Most memes are not building. All they do is build a website and start a Telegram group, and that's pretty much it in an X page. All right, guys. I think let's call it a day. Let's call it a stream, I should say. Overall, today is not bad. Bitcoin's coming back up to 69,000. ETH is coming back to 39.4, almost 4,000. You got a lot of green today. Memes are blowing up today. Could be because all the people, all the degens are at home, not working and trading memes. I don't know. But there is an unprecedented buying spree right now going on, okay? We could see it. We can measure it. So stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.